Hey everyone, welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today on Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically an article that came out on World Cancer Day,
Okay.
and she used that platform to really kind of share some pretty personal fears about her health.
Yeah, it's interesting that she chose World Cancer Day to be so open.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty powerful. The article reveals that she's not just facing one cancer diagnosis,
Oh, wow.
but two.
Oh, my goodness.
She's facing both breast cancer and malignant melanoma,
Oh, God.
which is a very serious type of skin cancer.
Yeah, malignant melanoma is it's known for being one of the more aggressive types of skin cancer. So facing that on top of breast cancer has got to be incredibly challenging.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. And reading the article, I think what really struck me was her quote about fearing she wouldn't see her children and grandchildren grow up.
Yeah.
It was just so raw and honest.
Yeah, that fear of missing out on the future, especially with loved ones, is something I think a lot of us can relate to. It's a very human concern, whether or not we're facing a serious health challenge.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what's interesting is the article talks about how she's using this app called Zoul to cope.
Okay.
And it's all about guided meditations and stress relief.
That's fantastic. We often think of coping mechanisms as the ways we deal with difficult situations. And meditation, in particular, has been shown to be so beneficial for stress and anxiety.
So it's not just like some new age fad.
Not at all. I mean, meditation is an ancient practice, but there's a growing body of scientific research backing up its benefits. It can reduce stress hormones, improve sleep quality, and even boost the immune system.
Wow, that's impressive. Can you tell me a little bit more about how meditation actually works?
Sure. One way to think about meditation is it's like training your attention. You're learning to focus on the present moment rather than getting caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past.
So instead of letting those what if thoughts spiral out of control, you're bringing your mind back to the here and now.
Exactly. And over time, with practice, this can help you develop a sense of calm and clarity, even in the face of really difficult circumstances.
That makes a lot of sense. I can see how that would be incredibly helpful for someone like Sarah Ferguson, who's going through so much.
Absolutely. And it's not just for people facing extreme stress. Meditation can be a valuable tool for anyone who wants to improve their mental and emotional well-being.
That's great. And speaking of well-being, the article also mentions that Sarah draws a lot of strength from her daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, and her 5 grandchildren.
Oh, wow. Family support is so crucial, especially when facing difficult times. It provides a sense of belonging, love, and security, which can be incredibly grounding and reassuring.
For sure. And the youngest of those grandchildren is Princess Beatrice's daughter, Athena. I can only imagine how much joy they must bring.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to the power of focusing on the positive, even amidst challenges. Finding those sources of joy and connection can really make a world of difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like with her family and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really great that she has that support system.
Definitely. It's so powerful how she's chosen to be so open about her cancer journey.
Right.
She could have kept it private,
Yeah.
but she's really using her platform to raise awareness.
She is, and that's a form of advocacy, using your voice and platform to support a cause.
Right.
And in this case, she's raising awareness about cancer and potentially encouraging others to get checked early or seek support if they need it.
Yeah, that's true. Her openness could really encourage people, get checked early or to find support if they need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's worth noting that the connection between stress and cancer is an area of ongoing research.
Okay.
While stress doesn't directly cause cancer, studies have suggested that chronic stress can actually suppress the immune system, making the body potentially more vulnerable.
So managing stress through things like meditation could actually play a role in our overall health and well-being.
Yeah, it very well could.
Not just feeling calmer and more centered.
Right, like we were talking about earlier, meditation can help regulate those stress hormones, which could have a ripple effect on various systems in the body.
It's like I'm starting to realize just how much I've underestimated meditation. It's clearly more than just relaxation.
Right.
There's a real science behind it.
There is. There absolutely is. And, there are different types of meditation, too, each with their own unique benefits.
Okay.
Mindfulness meditation, for example, helps you kind of tune into your thoughts and feelings without judgment, while loving kindness meditation cultivates feelings of compassion and acceptance.
Wow, I had no idea there were so many variations.
Yeah.
This is definitely making me want to explore meditation further. But before we get too carried away with meditation,
Right.
I want to circle back to Sarah for a moment. The article focuses on her fears about the future, and you mentioned that that's something a lot of us can relate to.
Yeah, absolutely. That fear of missing out, that anxiety about what the future holds, it's incredibly common and it can be really tough to manage.
So how can we deal with those fears in a healthy way? I know Sarah has found solace in meditation.
Right.
Are there other things we can do to feel more empowered when those anxieties creep in?
There are definitely things we can do, and it's important to remember that, what works for one person might not work for another.
Yeah.
We all have unique coping mechanisms and preferences.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Not at all. The key is to kind of find what resonates with you, what helps you feel more grounded and in control.
Okay.
For some people, it might be journaling or spending time in nature or engaging in creative activities. For others, it might be talking to a therapist or joining a support group, you know?
That makes sense. It's about finding what brings you peace and helps you navigate those difficult emotions.
Aye. Exactly. And I think it's important to acknowledge that, these anxieties are normal.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel scared or uncertain about the future. It's part of being human.
But instead of letting those fears consume us, we can find healthy ways to manage them and focus on what we can control.
Precisely. It's like taking back your power. You're not denying the fears, but you're choosing to respond to them in a way that supports your well-being.
I love that.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who might be feeling a bit overwhelmed by all of this, what would you say is one small step they can take today to feel a little more empowered?
That's a great question. I would say start by simply acknowledging those fears.
Okay.
Just sit with them for a moment. Don't try to push them away. And then ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do right now to feel a little bit better? Maybe it's taking a few deep breaths, calling a friend, or listening to your favorite song. It doesn't have to be anything grand or complicated.
I love that. It's about taking that first step, no matter how small it might seem.
Exactly. And remember, you are not alone in this. We all face fears and uncertainties. It's part of the human experience.
It's interesting, though, how Sarah chose to make her fears public.
Right.
It's almost like she's turning her vulnerability into strength.
There's a lot of power in that, isn't there? It challenges the idea that we have to pretend everything is fine all the time.
Right.
By being open about her struggles, she's creating space for others to do the same.
And maybe that's what World Cancer Day is all about, reminding us that we're in this together.
Right.
That there's strength in sharing our stories.
Yeah.
And that there's always hope, even in the face of adversity.
Beautifully said. It's a reminder that even those who seem to have it all, like a duchess, face very human challenges. And it's in those shared experiences that we can find connection and support.
Speaking of shared experiences, we were talking about meditation earlier.
Yeah.
And how Sarah has found solace in using this app called Zoul.
Right.
Have you ever tried meditation yourself?
I have, actually. And I think it's a fantastic tool, especially for managing stress and anxiety. It's like a mental workout, helping you build focus and resilience.
Oh, it's not just about sitting cross-legged and chanting.
Not at all. There are so many different types of meditation. Some focus on the breath, others on sounds, and some even involve walking. It's about finding what works for you.
And you don't have to be a spiritual guru to benefit from it.
Absolutely not. It's simply about training your mind to be more present, more aware. And the research is pretty clear. Meditation can have a positive impact on everything, from stress levels to sleep quality to overall well-being.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm definitely going to check out this Zoul app. Maybe I can even get Sarah Ferguson to be my meditation buddy.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Seriously, though, it's inspiring to see how she's using her experience to help others. And it's a good reminder that even when facing difficult times, there are still things we can do to find peace, connect with others, and make a positive impact on the world.
Couldn't agree more. And I think it's important to remember that seeking support, whether it's through therapy, support groups, or even just talking to a trusted friend, is a sign of strength, not weakness.
It's funny, we often talk about meditation as like a solo activity.
Yeah.
But Sarah's experience with the Zoul app got me thinking.
Right.
Could connecting with others actually enhance the benefits of meditation?
Oh, that's an interesting question. And you know what? There's actually some evidence to suggest that group meditation can be even more powerful than solo practice.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, when you meditate with others, You're creating a shared energy, a collective intention for peace and well-being.
Hmm.
And that can be incredibly powerful. Plus, there's the added benefit of social support.
Yeah.
That you're not alone in your practice and that others are going through similar experiences can be incredibly comforting and motivating.
It's like a meditation support system.
Exactly.
I love that.
And it doesn't have to be formal or structured.
Right.
It could be as simple as texting a friend and saying, hey, let's both take 5 minutes to meditate right now.
That's such a great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try that sometime.
I'm in.
Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive into Sarah Ferguson's story,
Right.
I think we've uncovered so much more than just cancer diagnoses and royal family news.
Yeah, we have.
We've explored the very human fear of missing out on the future, the power of finding coping mechanisms,
Yeah.
the importance of sharing our vulnerabilities to connect with others and advocate for change.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
And I think we can all take away some valuable lessons from Sarah's story.
For sure, like the importance of finding healthy coping mechanisms,
Yeah.
prioritizing our well-being,
Uh-huh.
and using our experiences, even the tough ones,
Right.
to help others.
Yeah, and never underestimating the power of human connection.
Yeah.
Whether it's through family, friends, or even a shared meditation practice,
Yeah.
we're all in this together.
To our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've learned something new,
Yeah.
gained a fresh perspective,
Mhm.
and maybe even feel a little bit more connected to the world around you.
And remember, even in the face of challenges, there's always hope, strength to be found, and always something to be grateful for.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.